a short video for a healthy neck and shoulders. And it's just 5 exercises to open up the shoulder joint and then 3 exercises to help strengthen. So for this video, you'll need to have a wall and a block, or you can use a book, a light book or something that's relatively this shape. So the first one is interlace fingers, turn your palms forward. Make sure your elbows are unlocked, so slightly bent. Then take a deep breath and lift up through the whole circumference of your rib cage, through the front, through the sides, and through the back. And now move the head of the arm bone, the upper arm bone, towards the back plane, and move the sides of your throat back. So both the head and the shoulders move back simultaneously. And then stretch your arms overhead. And make sure that the chin stays lifted and the head and throat stay back. And draw the shoulder blades down the back so the traps are relaxed. And then root down through your legs and stretch up more through your index finger knuckles. And stretch through your arms and keep your throat open and the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Then release that. Then come to a wall. You're going to bring your left palm flat to the wall with the fingers pointing up. And spread your fingers and make sure that the top wrist crease makes a line across that's level with the floor. And the hand is in line with the top of the shoulder. And then take a deep breath and again lengthen through the sides of your waist. And now externally rotate the upper arm till the inner elbow is facing up. And that's really important. The upper arm bone turning out helps the shoulder blade draw down the back. And then turn your body away from your hand towards the center of the room. And make sure that you keep the external rotation of the upper arm. Press into the finger pads and the index finger knuckle. So the index knuckle and all 5 of your finger pads. And then push the wall away and keep your chin lifted. You can even take your other hand behind your head and move your head back into your hand so you maintain alignment of your neck. And push the wall away and reach up through your spine, up through your head. Then you can repeat that on the other side. So take your right palm flat, spread your fingers. Press down evenly through your finger pads and the index finger knuckles. Take a deep breath and create length all the way up to your armpits. And then externally rotate the upper arm, move your head back, and then turn away from the wall. And you might feel a tingling sensation anywhere along the base of the thumb, all the way up to the inner arm. And that's a good thing, that's just fascia that's opening up. Keep your head back, so you can press your head gently back into your hand, keeping your throat open, and then push the wall away with your hand. And stretch through your spine and lift up. The second wall, another one at the wall, is with your arm out to the side with your palm facing up. And your elbows off the floor, so you're just a few inches away from the wall. So first you always start with lengthening the side body, and keeping the shoulder back, turn your body away from the wall. The same thing with your head goes here, so keeping the chin lifted, the throat open, and the sides of the throat back. And then karate chop the pinky finger side of your hand into the wall. So that's an active stretch. On the other side, take your right arm out to the right, palm facing up. Lengthen the side body, and then turn your body away from the hand. Make sure that you're still doing that external rotation of the upper arm. So the shoulder blade is sliding down the back. Chin lifted, throat open. And then actively resisting the stretch by pushing the pinky finger side of your hand into the wall. Stretch through the fingers out through the arm. And then the next one is a crescent stretch. So you can do this a few ways. The first way, you can reach up and hold your left wrist. And then turn your palm in so that, again, the external rotation stabilizes the shoulder joint. So the outer arm, triceps wraps in, and the inner arm, inner deltoid moves back. Reach up, lengthen, and as you exhale, crescent over to your right. Then lean your hips to the left. Push from your left hip down into your left foot. Pull on your left arm, try to straighten both arms, keep length, and as you exhale, bend a little bit deeper. And inhale, come up. Another way of doing this is you can do this using the wall. So I'll show you on the other side. You can stand with your right hip just about 5 inches away from the wall. Hold your right wrist. Turn your palm to face in. Spread your fingers so your whole arm is engaged. Lift up, stretch, and then as you lean, press your right hip into the wall and reach out through your right arm, pulling on your right wrist with your left hand. Push actively down into your right leg. Keep length and try not to collapse on the left side as you stretch up out of the pelvis and reach to the center of the room. Then inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Next one's called shower pose. So you take your fingertips up the wall, up at an angle, and take your feet outer hip distance apart. Feet parallel, then bend your knees slightly. Engage the arches of your feet, press into the big toes and big toe mounds. And then press your fingertips into the wall, slide your groins back, move your sitting bones back apart, lift your chest, lift your chin. Push your fingers into the wall so the upper arm bone moves back and you create integration in the shoulder girdle. And then let your chest release towards the wall. Lift your chin, stretch up your throat, and keep reaching your chest towards the wall. Just using your breath to release your upper back. The next one is eagle arms. So you can wrap your right arm underneath your left. And try to get your palms as flush as possible. You can even try to interlace your fingers and move your wrists from side to side to get the palms more flush. And then lift your elbows up, move the sides of your throat back, and then reach your fingers forward, away from your face. And lift up through the whole shoulder girdle as you reach your fingers forward. Breathe into your upper back, so you're opening up between the shoulder blades, your rhomboids. Left arm underneath the right, and bring palms to touch, and even press the palms together, squeeze the arms towards each other. Lift up, lengthen, draw the shoulders back, and then reach your fingers forward, away from your face. Make sure your jaw is relaxed and your neck is long, throat is open. Breathe into the rhomboids, allow them to open up and stretch. So you're opening up the space between the shoulders, and that's the rhomboids, between the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. So the last exercise can be done either on the mat, or you can also do this on the tabletop. So you'll bring your elbow tips to the floor, shoulder distance apart, and press your finger pads together with an open prayer. Walk your knees back so that you have length in the side body and you're not bringing your legs up underneath you and curling. So lengthen the sides of your body, press your elbows down and pull them back, and that moves the upper arm bones forward. And then with your exhale, and just use your breath and move slowly here, let your chest release down. You can relax your neck. So keep the action of pulling your elbows back so that you're maintaining the integration of the shoulders as you soften your upper back. And press your finger pads together and keep the arms engaged on all sides, and even your head can come down. And reach your hips back. And press your elbows forward. Just breathe and use your exhale to release. So now the next 3 exercises are done to help strengthen the muscles that support the shoulders and the muscles that stabilize the shoulders on the upper back. So once you get the front of the chest open, the pecs and the front of the deltoids, then you want to balance it by strengthening the back, and that will help to maintain the proper position and alignment of the shoulders. So come onto your back. And this is called belly turning pose. You can bring your arms out to the sides like a T. And then you can use your block between your knees. So squeeze the block between your knees and turn your thighs in. So allow your lower back to come off slightly so that you maintain a neutral spine. Now press the back of your shoulders and the back of your head into the floor. And then take a deep breath in the center. And as you exhale, go over to the right, just about halfway, or you can go a little bit further than halfway, as long as your left shoulder does not come off the floor. And inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the left. Make sure your right shoulder blade, so the opposite shoulder has to press down actively so that you're engaging the muscles of the upper back, the rhomboids, and the medial traps. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the right. You can challenge yourself to go as far as you can, without the opposite shoulder coming off the floor. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. So you get bonus oblique and core strengthening as well as upper back and shoulder. Inhale, center. And to make this a little bit more challenging, you can straighten the top leg. As you go over to the right, you can straighten your left leg. Maintain your neutral spine and make sure to keep the left shoulder down. Inhale, center. Then you can switch sides. Straighten your right leg. Exhale over to the left. Press your right shoulder actively down and press the back of your head into the floor. Inhale, center. And if you want even more, you can straighten both legs. And when you exhale over to the right, try to keep your feet even and reach your top hip, that would be your left hip here, towards the bottom of your mat. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. So keeping your feet even, reach your top hip down so the top side, the right side of the body stays long, is not all stretched up. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, you can release that. You can keep the block between your knees, then bring your arms by your sides for robot arms with your palms facing each other. Press your big toes and your big toe mounds down and make sure the feet are parallel and hip distance apart. Press your elbow tips down, press the back of your head, back of your shoulders into the floor. And you can keep your hips on the floor initially so that you establish a back bend in your spine. And then lift up, trying to keep the groin soft. So ground into the big toe mound, press the back of your shoulders and the back of your head into the floor. Keep squeezing the block so that you maintain integration, erase that. You maintain internal rotation of the legs. So it's really important to keep pressing the back of your shoulders and the back of your head into the floor so that you strengthen the upper back and even the back of your neck here. And then release. And you can take a few moments to rest. And you can repeat that a couple times. The last one is called Sleepwalker. This can be done on your back or even standing against a wall. So you extend your legs up straight and you frame your hands around a block. So you press into the sides of the block with your elbows slightly bent, so unlocked elbows. And you take a deep breath and you lengthen the sides. And now you move the upper arm bone back, so towards the floor, until you feel the back of your shoulders pressing into the mat. Keep your index finger knuckles pressing into the sides of the block and then wrap your triceps in, down and in. And start to stretch the block overhead. So if you feel your shoulders come off the floor, and you've lost the integration, and then you can just go back to the front plane and start again. Lengthen the sides of the body, move the upper arm bones back, keep the upper arm bones back as you stretch. And this is very challenging because the arms in the overhead plane is the most difficult position for tight shoulders. So you want to try to keep the strength of the upper back as you stretch. And you can do this 5 to 10 times. And that concludes our video on healthy neck and shoulders.